Well, news right now, Graceland is not for sale, at least for now. That's the ruling from a Chancery Court judge after an out-of-state investment company claimed stake on the home of the king of rock and roll. Graceland will not face foreclosure after all under a temporary injunction. It's the latest twist in a story drawing international attention this week. And ABC 24's Scott Mattis was in the courtroom and is live in the studio with the latest details. And Scott, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, good evening, Rudy. There sure is. Developing tonight within the last 2 hours or so, the company who was to auction off Graceland, well, they issued a statement to me earlier this after today's ruling barring them from actually doing so. It says in part the company will be withdrawing all claims with prejudice. This while Memphians can't believe someone attempted to auction off the King's Castle.
This is unheard of. And I don't even think how a thief could even think they could get away with such a person. Elvis Presley of all people.
Wednesday morning inside Chancery Court in downtown Memphis, the world was watching to see what would happen to Elvis Presley's Graceland.
Graceland is a part of this community, well loved by this community and indeed around the world.
Inside the courtroom, Jeff Germany was the only attorney present because representatives for Naussany Investments and Private Lending, LLC, failed to attend today's hearing.
There won't be a sale in light of the order because it was denied.
The order Germany is referring to prohibits the sale of Graceland.
We requested a temporary injunction and the court granted it.
This complex and bizarre story started years ago when Naussany Investments claimed to hold the deed to Graceland, based on an alleged $3.8 million loan given to Lisa Marie Presley back in 2018. Because they say the loan was never repaid, their intention was to foreclose on the property, putting it up for sale on Thursday. In response, attorneys representing Riley Keough, Presley's daughter, filed a countersuit claiming Naussany's documentation is fraudulent. And based on the current evidence, everyone involved in Wednesday's court proceedings agreed this was the best decision to make, considering what Elvis and Graceland mean to the city of Memphis.
I think everyone certainly appreciates Graceland and Memphis. It'd be hard not to. I'm a lifelong Memphian.
So many people saying the same thing, Rudy. Now, if you would like to read the full statement that investment company sent me this afternoon, just log on to our website. Of course, that is abc24.com. Live in studio, I'm Scott Mattis.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. Lots of sighs of relief there. Well, Memphians and Graceland visitors alike are glad to see the famed mansion staying with the family and Elvis Presley Enterprises. According to the Graceland website, more than 20 million people from every state in the Union and nearly every country around the world have visited Elvis's former home. The Whitehaven home became a National Historic Landmark back in 2006. Today, the mansion was teeming with tourists, anxious to catch a glimpse of the legendary attraction from the outer wall. Gabe Seifert, visiting from his son from Washington State, is glad the home will stay with the Presley estate for now.
The estate at this point is almost part of the national psyche, and for folks that have been coming here for decades and bringing their next generation of their children with them, I think it's a great opportunity, and it'd be a real shame if that has something that was closed down that people couldn't do in the future.
And for Joyce Blaylock, who was born and raised in Memphis when Elvis still lived at Graceland, it's a representation of Memphis itself and such a crucial part of the city's history, she says.
This has been a staple for Memphis for many years. Yeah, I grew up here, and it's been here as long as I've known it. And Elvis was special to my heart. My brother, when we were in college, he was his paper man.
Well, Blaylock says Elvis was kind to her brother and says she hopes the situation is resolved in the best way for the family and the city of Memphis.